All right, so today is January 7th, 2021, and it is the first episode of the new year for Pull Up the Tape. All right, so it's episode 51. I got a lot of new stuff coming this year. Oh my God, I cannot wait. Oh my God, Pull Up the Tape is going viral this year. Viral movie Favi. Let's get it. I'm the host today. My name is Michael DeLu, and I'm going to walk you guys through the amazing world of sports and all the great events that took place yesterday in the world of sports. I mean, in the U.S., not a lot of good stuff happened, but I mean, hey, we still have, at the end of the day, we still have sports, and that's all I want to talk about. That's my main focus. That's my bread and butter. Thank you very much for tuning in, whether you're listening or watching. Let's get it going. All right, so in a rematch of the Eastern Conference Finals for the very first time, the Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat met last night in Miami. So the Boston Celtics narrowly defeated the Miami Heat by 107-105, thanks to, I don't want to butcher his name, Peyton Pritchard. He makes a game-winning layup as Marcus Smart missed the game-winning shot. I don't even know what the fuck that was. I don't know if it was a shot. I don't even really know what you want to call that. But look, here's one thing I do know. If you have Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum on your team, and Marcus Smart is attempting the game-winning, whatever you want to call that, that's fucking terrible. That should not happen ever again. Ever again. Ever again. Ever. 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 I'm going to say it again. That should never happen again. Marcus Smart should not be trying to win any games when Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are on his team. All right, so now let's get into the actual game. And in watching the game, I noticed one thing, and this honestly happens to be the trend every single time I watch the Celtics. I'm not even a Celtics fan, and I've already picked up on this trend. The Celtics either come out flat as fuck, as in like they'll be down 13-2 or 15-2 halfway through the first quarter, or maybe not even halfway through the first quarter, with a couple minutes to go in a couple minutes has passed in the first quarter. They're already down 15-2, or they'll come out up 20-5. It's either one or the other. They either come out flat and get steamrolled, or they come out hot as fuck and steamroll the other team, and that's exactly what happened yesterday. I mean, it's crazy to see, but like honestly, I've picked up on this trend. I've watched the Celtics play 3 times this season, and yeah. So flip-floppy, it wasn't too consistent. Like I said, their performance, I wasn't really too impressed by the way the Celtics played last night, because they went from up 15 to a tie game. You know what I mean? Like it's really weird, like with the way they perform and the way they play sometimes. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I mean, maybe they're just trying to integrate some pieces into their rotation. Them not having Kemba Walker, whatever it is, like, figuring out whether you're going to play how you're going to play Daniel Theis with Tristan Thompson, or what exactly is going on. Because I mean, for the most part, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are averaging almost 30 apiece. Jaylen Brown's at like 27. I think Tatum's at like 29. So I mean, even without Kemba, they're scoring points. So I don't really know exactly what it is or what's going on. But I mean, hey, hopefully they can figure that out. So I don't want to turn this into just a me bashing the Celtics, but another fucking thing happened again that I continue to notice every single time they play. It's the third quarter woes. Man, I don't know what it is about the third quarter, but the Celtics might have the worst margin in the third quarter. No, let me not say that, because obviously teams that have losing records obviously would probably, but out of every team that's like projected to win or they made the playoffs, they probably have the worst third quarter margin out of all the 16 teams that made the playoffs last year, because I just do not get it. They give up so many fucking points in the third quarter. Like I really do not even I struggle with trying to grasp exactly. Like sometimes when you look at certain things, it's just like, okay, well, why is this happening? Why is this happening? Why is this happening? I honestly cannot, like, for the most part, in most things, I can usually give people a solidified, solid answer and have points and stuff to back it up. But I honestly have no reason. I can't figure out exactly why the Celtics played so poorly in the third quarter. Celtics played poorly in the third quarter, allowed the Heat to get back in the game. The Heat get back in the game, and now it's a close game from halftime until the end of the game. Close game. And it's crazy because at a certain point, this is the craziest. This is probably one of the craziest things I've seen in basketball all year. So the Celtics are up 10 points. 10 fucking points. 10 fucking points with a minute and 15 left. They're up 105-95 with a minute and 15 seconds left. Anybody who knows basketball and knows anything, anybody who has the smallest inkling of the game of basketball should know and understand that game is over. The Celtics have won. How the fuck do the Celtics lose a 10-point lead in a little over a minute? Come on now, like, watching that shit just like broke my heart. And honestly, all I can attribute that to is bad coaching. Brad Stevens, that's on you. Bad defense, that's on your players. It's just honestly just bad everything. Like, bad everything. Like, it just like I can't 100% just put that on the coach, because the players, like, a situation like that, the players have just as much to do with the situation as the coach. I can't all the way put that on bad coaching. You're up 10 points with a minute left. Like, it's so hard to fuck that off, and they somehow managed to fuck that off. Come on, man. It's like they wanted to hand the Heat a victory. So the sequence that I want to talk about that just illustrates how, like, that illustrates why I can't all the way put it on Brad Stevens is the game time three that Goran Dragic hit to tie the game at 105. Originally, he misses a three from the corner. Bam Adebayo gets the rebound, gets an offensive rebound. Come on now. Box out. Gets an offensive rebound. Literally gets the ball and throws it right to Goran Dragic, who's standing in the exact same spot. And then this one, he hits it and then ties the game at 105. And then Marcus Smart goes on to try and win the game, which I just don't even understand. Like, okay, well, again, bad coaching again. Why does Marcus Smart have the ball in his hand, and why is he attempting to win the game? Like, that still is pretty puzzling to me. Why does Marcus Smart have the ball in his hand, and why is he attempting to win the game? Just doesn't really make sense to me, but hey, we'll see. So then he misses it. I'm not going to say to no surprise, because he's not a bum or anything like that. He's not Patrick Beverley. He misses it. But in reality, it was honestly a terrible shot to begin with. It was a pretty bad shot, but hey, to each its own. And Ricky point guard Peyton Pritchard cleans the glass, gets the rebound, and makes the game-winning putback. And then the Celtics win the game. So that's how the cookie crumbled. I personally thought the game was going to go into overtime, but Peyton Pritchard had otherwise in mind. I'm going to get to the box score right now. Jason Tatum had 27 points, 10 of 21, 5 for 8 from 3, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Jaylen Brown had a fucking horrible night. Had 21 points, 8 for 23 from the field, 3 for 9 from 3. Surprisingly, he had 12 rebounds, 5 assists. Daniel Theus, I don't know if it's Tice or Theus, 13 points, 6 of 11 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3, and he had 5 rebounds. As a team, the Boston Celtics shot 35% from 3, as well as they out-rebounded Miami 53-42. Jimmy Butler had 26 points, 9 of 10 from the 9 of 19 from the field. He was 0 for 3 from 3, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Duncan Robinson, 16 points, 5 of 11 from the field and from three-point range, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Bam Adebayo had 15 points, 5 of 10 from the field, 8 rebounds, 10 assists. Flirted with a triple-double. Goran Dragic, 5 of 12 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3, and his lone 3 that he made last night was a 3 that tied up the game. He also added 2 assists. Kelly Olynyk, 11 points, 4 of 7 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3. and he added 5 rebounds to that stat line. And as a team, Miami shot 36% from 3. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, as Miami could have easily won this game. I feel like, honestly, the Boston Celtics got a little lucky. But hey, nevertheless, they still pulled out the dub. So I mean, I guess when you're in the NBA, a W is a W is a W. I guess you can't really argue with that. The results are results. W's a W. A win is a win. I mean, hey, but I mean, in this type of situation, like in a win, like if I was the coach and my team won or lost a close situation, I mean, a win, and I feel like in certain situations like this for the Celtics, this win, they shouldn't be proud of this because they fucked off a 10-point lead with a minute left in the game. Bro, it's hard to even do that in 2K. It's hard to do that in 2K. They did that shit in real life. Come on, bro. Like, what the fuck? So, to my next game, because there were 2 primetime games. This one was very entertaining from start to finish. We had the Golden State Warriors taking on the Los Angeles Clippers in the area. So, very, very close game from what I watched and what I witnessed until the fourth quarter when Draymond Green committed a flagrant – well, it was called a flagrant foul on Kawhi Leonard, but I personally wouldn't agree with the way they officiated that and they called that. What I saw wasn't a flagrant foul, but, I mean, hey, when you've built a bad rep when you've built the rep that Draymond has built over the course of 9 years in the NBA, sometimes some fouls, depending on the way the player falls, it's not gonna go in your favor. And like I said, I don't necessarily agree with the call, but hey, it is what it is. But I will say that possession alone changes the entire complexity of the rest of the game as Kawhi gets on the free throw line, hits the technical foul free throw, and then the following 2 possessions, he's attempting to get to a sweet spot. I said sweet spot. He's attempting to get into his sweet spot, and he's being guarded by. I know one possession he was being guarded by Andrew Wiggins, and I think the other one he's being guarded by Kelly Oubre. So Draymond comes over to double on one possession, and he swings it out to Patrick Beverley. Patrick Beverley makes the Warriors pay and hits an open 3. On the very next possession, Nicholas Batum hits an open 3 because, again, Kawhi got doubled, and he kicks it out to the open shooter, and Nicholas Batum hits it. So after that, the game was essentially over. And one of the biggest things that I want to talk about is, I was really disappointed in the way Steph Curry played last night. He only had 13 points, and this is coming off scoring 62 points against the Blazers. Like, he lit them the fuck up. And then he follows up with a 13-point performance. It's a little embarrassing, and I wouldn't say embarrassing, like, I'm really, like, disappointed in Steph, but yeah, what I mean, like, I would have expected a way better performance from him against the Clippers. This is against actually what media pundits want to consider an elite team. Like, I'm gonna say right now, I don't consider the Clippers an elite team at all. In my opinion, they're not an elite team, but I mean, hey, what do I know? I guess. So, box score. Kawhi Leonard had 21 points. He went 7 of 12 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3. He added 4 rebounds and 4 assists. Paul George, 21 points, 5 of 15 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, 12 rebounds, 2 assists. Nick Batum, very, 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 very solid for the Warriors. 13 points, 4 of 9 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3. Also added 5 rebounds. Serge Ibaka, 12 points, 5 of 13 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3. 14 rebounds, double-double. Marcus Morris, 12 points, 4 of 9 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, and 2 rebounds. So the Clippers as a team, collective unit, shot 32% for 3, which, it's okay. Not bad, not good. And they were able to out-rebound the Warriors 48-35, which obviously lends to why they were able to get the W. And the Warriors, I'm going to go through the Warriors box score. Steph Curry, very, very disappointing night from him. 13 points, 5 of 7 from the field, 1 of 6 from 3, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Andrew Wiggins, 19 points, 8 of 12 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, 3 assists. Eric Paschal off the bench had 19 points, played pretty good, shot 50% from the field, was 7 of 14, 0 of 3 from 3, 3 rebounds. James Wiseman, 10 points, 5 of 10 from the field, and 4 rebounds. As a collective, the Warriors shot 26% from 3. That is fucking terrible. That's not winning you. Okay, you can. Okay, here's the thing in the NBA. You can't shoot bad from three and also get out rebounded. Like that's not going to cut it. That's not the recipe for wins. That's the recipe for a disaster. That's not the recipe for wins at all. That is not it. That's not going to win you anything. You're going to lose games. You're going to lose games over and 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 over again if you continue to play like that. That's not going to get you any wins in the NBA. Getting beat up on the boards and then not shooting effectively from three, not it. That's not the recipe for wins. I don't care how you want to spin it. That is not Golden State Warriors basketball. And honestly, I don't even know when the next time the Golden State Warriors are gonna. Actually, let me not get too ahead of myself because the Warriors do play the Clippers again on Friday night, as they are the primetime game for Friday on the ESPN slate. So who knows what's gonna happen, how that's gonna play out? Because I mean, in these back-to-backs, one game a team will get blown out, another. I mean, and honestly, I honestly can't see the Warriors winning the game because, like I said, Steph Curry played bad and they only lost by 8 points. And like I said, it was a very close game down the stretch until the flagrant foul happened, and yeah, after that, the Clippers just slowly start to pull away. So who knows how the next game is going to play out? I mean, I do again expect another close game. So I'm very excited about that. Just very happy the basketball season is back. So the last thing I want to talk about today is the Carabao Cup. So Manchester City defeated Manchester United again. I mean, it seems like they always defeat these dudes. So it's not. It doesn't even. This shouldn't even come as a surprise. But hey, it's what it is. So let me get into the game. So Man City beat Manchester United 2-0 in the Carabao Cup semifinal, and I just want to go through the game as a whole. Very, 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 very. I'm not going to say I'm disappointed in Manchester United, but I'm not disappointed in them at all. I expect them to play bad in big games because that's typically what they do. They don't really show up for the biggest games, and actually, as a Chelsea fan, I can say this: Manchester United is a shade of what the fuck they used to be. Manchester United is chasing after the glory that left the club when Sir Alex Ferguson left the club in 2013 or 2014. Manchester United has never been the same. From Van Gaal to Mourinho to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, they just have never been the same. Like, the quality of players that they get now, it just isn't even the same. Like, from getting world-class players to Marcus Rashford is our starter up front. Not that he's bad or anything like that, but Marcus Rashford shouldn't be leading the front line for one of the biggest clubs in the world. Like, I don't even think Marcus Rashford should be even leading the front line for Chelsea. And Chelsea is one of the biggest clubs in the world, but in terms of prestige, glory, all that, obviously we're nowhere near close to Manchester United. But hey, in the past 10 years, we obviously experienced more success, so I can't really complain. But I'm not really too surprised that Manchester United folded their tents and didn't show up in this game. But hey, it is what it is. Let's get to it. So the two goal scorers for today's game were Bruno Fernandes, were John Stones and Paulinho, Fernandinho. And here's the killer. Both of these goals came from set pieces. So what does that tell you? And the first goal, honestly, I'm going to say it was Harry Maguire's fault. And one, he's the captain. He's the center back. And as soon as the goal gets scored by John Stones, he picks his hands up and just looks back like, what the fuck? Like that wasn't his. It wasn't his man that was being marked, but the goal happened in between him and the other center back whose man that was. So I wouldn't say by default. So he should assume some of the blame because if he would have on his P's and Q's and would have reacted sooner, he could have prevented that goal. Because he could have prevented it, it's partly his fault. The John Stones goal. And then the second goal, I mean, they should have just done it. Like, Manchester United should have just done a better job of clearing the ball. For the most part, I guess you can say they should feel proud because, the only time they didn't let any goals in from open play. But, I mean, they didn't really create too many chances either. Like, I mean, they had probably, two chances that I seen that could have went in the ninth minute. Bruno Fernandes had his shot saved, and like other than that, honestly, like I can't really remember the other one off the top of my head. But even to begin the game, bro, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's selection was just poor. Like it was just bad. Like it wasn't good. Like the starting 11 he selected was not good. I don't know why Nemanja Matic isn't playing in the game. Why? Explain to me why Nemanja Matic isn't playing. Mason Greenwood, why isn't he starting either? So poor selection to begin with. Their midfield played bad. Like the midfield was just bad. And like I know this guy is incredible, but Ilkay Gundogan had an incredible game. Like him and Kevin De Bruyne were just they torturized Manchester United's midfield. And honestly, as world class as Bruno Fernandes is, people need to start calling him out for the way for his play style. I mean, he does play more of an attacking and advanced midfield role, but he consistently leaves his back line exposed. Like off the counter, bro. Manchester City was torching United off the counter. And I'm surprised they weren't able to bang in like 4 or 5 goals because off the counter, bro, oh my God. The last thing I want to say is this is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's fourth semifinal loss in a cup. Last season they lost to Chelsea. I remember that because we hadn't beat them at all that season, but somehow we ended up beating them in the semifinals, and we ended up going on to lose to Arsenal. They lost again. I'm pretty sure they've lost in the semifinal of the FA Cup or whatever, but this is Solskjaer's fourth semifinal loss. And honestly, I mean, I'm not a Manchester United fan, so seeing them struggle I don't really give a fuck. I don't care. Because, I mean, the only team I'm honestly worried about is Chelsea FC. I bleed blue over here since 1906. But, man, they didn't the board of United needs to start asking some questions upstairs. Like, yo, is this dude really it? Is this dude it? Or do we have to find somebody else? Because I don't know. I don't know about Solskjaer. Like, I'm not even a United fan, and I constantly hear his name just sack his ass. Sack his ass. That's all I see in comments. United fans are fed up with him. Fed up. So we'll see how that whole situation plays out. It's Thursday today. I hope we're inching closer and closer to a weekend, man. I'm really excited. I'm really excited for wildcard weekend, and Monday is the NCAA championship football. Obviously, basketball primetime matchups to later today, Friday, Saturday. Oh man, we're gonna keep the ball rolling. We're gonna keep the energy high. It's 2021. It's a new year. Viral movie. Share this podcast with anybody you know that loves sports. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're watching. Share this podcast with anybody you know that loves sports if you're listening. Viral movie. Favi Bow. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke, nigga. Stop playing with me.